Moon Knight.
Yes.
A little short Moon Knight TV spot aired during the Super Bowl as well. We didn't learn a ton from this story-wise, but we did get some badass new shots. Like we got some
what we
closer looks at-
learned.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Kelly.
What we learned was that his suit looks awesome.
Yes.
Like
Way
that,
more action.
I want that cape. Where do I get my hands on that moon?
It does
cape?
look amazing. It does look amazing.
Yeah, and like
probably
the suit coming on his body, like it looks sick.
Yeah.
Probably from a Halloween store come October.
Yeah.
It's probably a fair bet that you'll get your hands on one.
We also got like another look at Khonshu the Moon God walking up behind an unsuspecting Stephen Grant, and a few more shots of Ethan Hawke saying his line. That must be very difficult. The voice is in your head. There's chaos in you. Embrace it. The shot of him like expanding his moon cape, or
awesome.
or the shot of him catching his moonerang.
His moonerang. See, this is the thing, and we've talked about this at length. There's so many references that I'm sure I'm missing because I don't really know the character that well. And again, it's like I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Like there's people on there that I'm sure just dissecting this thing to a fine nub, like we have done with other things that we're passionate about. This is not a character that I'm like overly passionate about, just from the sense that I didn't grow up with him. I don't know too much about him, but I'm very much excited to see where this goes, and to see some of these kind of epic shots, and to see some of these kind of, again, like I went on like a man crush rant about Ethan Hawke when we first talked about the trailer for Moon Knight, and we got like some great new shots to him too. And I think that that's probably the biggest takeaway for me, is just that it's just leveling up the hype, like any good TV spot is supposed to do, or teaser is supposed to do. You're just supposed to kind of little more, and I think that that's what we got. I don't think we got any sort of like big reveal out of this that I'm at least aware of, unless you guys saw something that I didn't.
Honestly, the big reveal with respect to this series came last week in an interview with Kevin Feige.
Oh, you beat me to it. I was just pulling it up. Read it out.
I gotcha. So we've talked a lot on this podcast about Marvel integrating these sort of Marvel Knights, like darker characters, and like how are they going to do that? And so Kevin Feige answered our question in an interview with Empire, where he says, there are moments when Moon Knight is wailing on another character and it is loud and brutal, and the knee-jerk reaction is, we're going to pull this back, right? No, we're not pulling back. There's a tonal shift. This is a different thing. This is Moon Knight. So we're getting violence and adult PG-13, like darker, more brutal Marvel.
Selfishly, this bodes so well for Daredevil.
Yes.
When I heard that, I had Blade. And Blade. I don't know how you even do Blade and not like how do you do Blade and not have it be at least PG-13? That bodes so well for those franchises that it was worrying me, like a lot of people, that I just didn't know how they were going to layer it in, if they were going to have kind of like another umbrella company of Disney and Marvel, that they were going to be able to do this kind of not off Disney Plus necessarily, but potentially. So to know that you're getting a show that will be on Disney Plus, that is going to have that darker tone that we've wanted to see in other franchises, like just previously mentioned, that's huge. That's huge. It's a huge thing for him to come out and say, and for Disney not to shy away from. Because like we've talked about this at length before as well, that I do love that Disney is at its core still staying true to, what made them what they are, like
family
Pixar,
fun,
family
fun,
movies with a message, movies with a, whatever, all those things. That is what made that company what it is. And I'm glad to see that they're not like necessarily going way off of it. But this is also a very different day and age for kids that age, where it's like, like I said, I used to play quite a bit of Call of Duty, and there was kids on there that, my God, the mouth on those kids. And you're just like, whoa, okay. Okay.
Well,
Like if I
just
said
slap
half of that, I would have got my ass beat. Yeah.
Well, if you're a parent, just slap your parental controls on Disney Plus, and then little Timmy can't watch the
Fair.
show if he tries.
Well,
Yeah.
the other thing I'll be curious to see. So first of all, let me just say that I was reaching for that quote as well because I find it very encouraging, particularly, you know, as we said when we're talking about Blade and Daredevil and these shows that lend themselves to that darker underbelly, violent, you know, approach. But I'll be interested to see because what we've seen in this trailer is he doesn't seem to be wailing on human beings. And I do think like in one's mind, there is a bit of a difference between wailing on a mummy or
creature.
Whatever, a creature versus like a human being. And then that'll be the same in Blade, right? It's a little bit different to be pounding on a vampire versus a human. And so it'll just be interesting watching them make this shift and then